Hello everyone, my name is Malakin. Let's play some games. So I am back at my playthrough of Renowned Explorers International Society, where we will be doing our last expedition. Hopefully between this episode and the next, we will finish this out, and finish it out strong. So we did our prep last time. There is nothing really else to do apart from do the expedition, so without further ado, we're going to do it. Now, here we know that we're only 330 points away from winning the game. We could very easily do any of these and beat the game. However, to make it more interesting, to make it more fun, we are going to do Shangri-La. This is a 5-star here. And anyone watching this going forward, I will say that I have done this entire playthrough without any DLC. There is another 5-star one in the future. Or in a DLC that I actually own but did not apply to this playthrough. That was an oversight on my part. Sorry about that for anyone watching this in the future. But still, as of this playthrough, rather, without the DLC, this is the only 5-star we have. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So Shangri-La. We will be going head-to-head with Rivalu, our arch rival. He has obtained one of the 4 Shambhala keys, where we will be competing with him for the other 3. We might get in combat with his lieutenants before facing him in the finals, in the final encounter, where we will discover who is best once and for all. So as part of this, we will definitely beat the game if we beat him. So one more little way to make it a bit more interesting. Now, we only have 5 resolve. This is a bit lower than I'd like. There's a lot of things here that can make us lose resolve, but with that in mind, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we won't lose anyone in combat. That would be a very rough turn of events, but oh well. We shall see what happens. Alright, the seat of the Jade Emperor. This is it. You can finally prove that you are a better explorer than Rivalu. You can do so in none other than a most magical place, Shangri-La, the Himalayan utopia. It is said that one's dreams come true bit by bit when you're in Shangri-La. At the center of Shangri-La is the palace of the Saint Imani. It contains an orb said to be a treasure of mystic proportions, on par with the Ark of the Covenant and El Dorado. If you retrieve it, you will go down in history as one of the greatest explorers of all time. Can you see Kiwi among the illustrious names of Vasco da Gama, Zheng He, and Ibn Battuta? A dream come true. But first, we need to beat Rivalu. It is said that the orb can only be obtained with the 4 Shambhala keys. Those will surely give you an advantage at the palace. As you know, Rivalu already has one, and will be looking for the keys as well. So it's better to find them before he does. However, you might be able to snatch the orb away from Rivalu even without the keys. No time to lose, time for adventure. Let's go onwards. Okay, so here we see what they are, see locations for them. Here is Shangri-La itself, the palace where we find the treasure. Up here is one of the orbs, up here is another one of the orbs, and over here is the last one. So, without further ado, I would say let's go ahead and head up. Alright, so this one doesn't connect over here, so that leaves us kind of one route. We don't need this treasure. I see no reason to increase our risk that way. We'll get plenty of treasure and plenty of risks along the way up north. So, we'll do that. Let's see what happens. Head up this way. We'll find an encounter. Out of nowhere, a monk pops up and throws something towards the crew. Think fast. Well, this is not fantastic all around. So given this, I do think Agatha's going to try and catch it. Just looking at these bonuses, a -20 grit isn't the worst thing on her. She already has a fairly low grit to start with, so she's going to be hit quite a bit regardless. And she actually has the highest % chance of catching it, so we'll go with that, see what happens. And we actually succeed. Fantastic. So that worked out in our favor. So we got some respect, some campaign. At this point, these don't mean a whole lot to us apart from some more points, but just getting the orbs and the final treasure will get us plenty over the top, so we don't need these anymore. Just thinking about strategy and so on and so forth. Okay. So we got that. We didn't lose grit, so that was fantastic. We'll go ahead and head here. There's probably going to be an encounter. The infamous Cave of the Crane. The cave has some mysterious rooms where one's intelligence is tested by a mysterious entity. If you do it correctly, you will find the Shambhala Key of Mind. Kiwi sure wants to get a better chance of getting the Sentimani. Continue. Wait a minute, explorer. It's Cassandra Shafiq, the scientist of Rivalu's crew. She approaches you quickly and begins her plea. She continues. Explorer, please. I've been sent to get the Shambhala Key, and the challenges in there befit me perfectly, yes? It's best for all of us if I go get it, or else it might be destroyed, no? She's determined to take the challenge first. You have to convince her one way or another. Alright, let's jump right into combat. Alright, we'll start the encounter. We can see here a lot of mooks. 6 mooks plus her. So, while she is still at this side, I think I'm going to try and take these ones out. Action economy is something we always want to be mindful of. So how do we want to do this? That is the real question. I can come over here and loudmouth both these guys. Let's see, they are weak. Okay, they're half damage to saddened, but weak against confident. Is that all of them? Are they all elites? Looks that way. Bodyguards. Bodyguards are immune to terrify, but weak to impress. Okay, they look the same. It's important to kind of keep that in mind. Hey, George. My cat just joined me, so if you hear any loud purring or scratching or hissing in the background, that is what just happened. Hey, buddy. Alright, so we need to figure out what to do. So weak to confident. That's not impressed, which is what we can do, or excited. So really, we can't really hit them with the friendly stuff. But we do want to make sure we're keeping in mind that we don't want to be devious for as much as possible. So maybe we start off with some kind of aggressive attack. I wonder if I can get them in position good enough. Maybe something like this. Put her here, maybe? Can hit both of them still. And now she can come over here. Where we can now shank and flank this guy. Get some extra damage. So he's at half health, which is fantastic. We're going to be in the brutal, which gives us speech defense, which is very powerful. So we will want to, if at all possible, so enraged. They are neither strong nor weak against enraged. So if we do this, I guess first off, let's see if, so that might outright get him, which would be powerful, but it didn't, so we will use our ranged attack, which will be fine. So we will use group insult here. We will enrage him, and this puts us hopefully out of range of all the others, so we can take him out, then turn our attention to the west over here to the left, before going back to the rest. Let's see how that works out. And they run forward, they can't get to us, perfect. He can't get to us. This guy can, though, of course. And because we have speech defense, does almost nothing. So that is perfect. Alright. Now I need to take care here. We are almost devious. And the worst thing would be if all of them could get to us and we get devious, because that's a minus 30 speech defense. We really, really don't want that. So maybe we come over here and try to hit them. Alright, that works. And can we get anywhere we can hit him? It doesn't look that way. Alright, that puts us in a bit of a rough spot. So I don't want to use a devious here, because even if we can guarantee kill him, which it looks like we might be able to, it would still just not quite be enough. So alright, let's try this. Alright, and finally we can when you start getting towards devious, though, we do want to get these perks. Well, I guess we don't really need them, actually. But beating the entire playthrough as devious will be just better for us. I almost want to just knock this guy out entirely, to be honest. Let's do that. Why not? Alright, so that puts us 2 up. And 7 points towards aggressive, 2 points towards devious. Not the best, but we'll figure it out. And they're going to start getting closer. We got to finish these guys off quickly if at all possible. And she will run past, be able to reach us. Confident, minus speech defense. So... Alright. Is there any way we can knock this guy out? Well, we can definitely knock him out. I think we'll go and do that. Which might actually push us, yeah, actually that was stupid on my part. That pushed us toward tyrannizing, which is not the best place for us to be in. So what we'll try and do now is, if we put all of them towards working towards it, we can guarantee that we turn at least towards friendly, which makes things more, well, I wonder actually if we could just, no, we need to push this a bit higher to get devious higher, so, okay, we'll push towards friendly and see what that does. And we will go and push them up here, so that we can get some of this out of the way. Remarkable. And now he's minus speech defense, which will make him super easy for her to wipe out. Okay. So that was easy. And now, at least we don't have the minus penalty of speech defense. And aggressive didn't get any higher, though devious is going low. So we'll see what we can do about that here in a bit. Alright. And alright, this is trouble. In hindsight, I should have healed her, but I didn't. Yeah, so that's a -1 resolve. That is really rough. I'm slightly regretting that, but it kind of is what it is. Not a whole lot I can do about that now. So, let's see. So she has no weakness. Okay, they're all okay and saddened. Weak to impress. Weak to excited. So if we did that, any way to get all of them in there? No, it doesn't look that way. But we could lower their speech power, which wouldn't be terrible. So maybe we try for that. Well, we gotta start hitting on her, actually. We really need to start getting her down. Let's see, so what can she do? Get her here. I do want to start knocking her down a little bit. This will be 2 hits on her. Yeah. Well, let's see if for the sake of argument, can we hit all of them with this? No. So that doesn't do us any good to move there. Because Agatha does have some of our best defenses. Speech defense is -51%. Well, speech defense here. Treaty Keeper. Huh, okay. I didn't realize that was a buff you could get. That's pretty powerful, actually. So I might move her back and then try and use some of these. So we can do that. Which will lower their speech, which I will be totally happy with, I think. Okay, and that does make Devious our primary point one right now. Yeah, so she took very little damage from that. He can't really reach her. Okay, not good. Going for her. Especially with Impressed is minus defense. Okay. Let's try for this. Okay. Oh, oops. That's actually not what I wanted. If I could move her in position to hit multiple ones, that could be great, but I do want to... Okay, so if we go and do this, we'll knock him out. He's very confused, of course, we're going all over the place. Which means that now we can actually use... Well, we can get over here to him and try and excite him, which will then push us towards friendly, which is a wash for us. So that might be our best bet, just to not have this massive defense penalty. So let's try that. See what happens. All right. Yep. And turn there. Fumble, perfect. Her dodge is super high. Her grit is really high, so that's exactly what I want. Not great, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's see if I could send. Okay, I can't move her here. So what if we did go all out on her this turn? Could we take her out entirely? Okay, so that does a bit more damage, but it doesn't heal us. We could get healed if we did this, which I think I do prefer. But terrified, gotta get closer for that. If we did, how much would that do? Not much. She's still resistant to it. Okay. Moved her here. Okay, we could definitely knock him out this turn. Especially with this, it looks like. That would actually... Let's do the math on this. So, this hits twice, 120%. If I hit her with the heal first, that would increase her speech power by a bit. That's 75... No, that is actually going to be 90 because the 20% bonus to speech. So if we excite her, that's plus 25% speech as well. I actually think we could heal her, knock him out entirely. Alright. Which in turn means we should try this, which will definitely knock him out. Beautiful. Okay, and we will move Agatha back a little bit and heal Kiwi. Because that will probably be our best bet in terms of just staying alive right now. She has minus speech defense now, which is not great, but we want this girl to go after. Okay. Well, that works out well. Alright, so now we have one turn for sure to knock her out. Start with this. I wish I could instead use the healing ability, but I want to try and get her as low as possible. Okay, so we do want to use, well, she is weak to excite. Let's try that. Because she's still going to be saddened after that. And What does this do? Plus speech power. I do think I want to keep healing with Agatha right here, because we don't want anyone to die. Let's see, could I take her down? She's half terrified, which even with the 20% is still not going to be quite enough. So we just got to survive one more turn, and we can definitely take her down. So we'll go with that. End turn. The minus speech defense I'm not excited about, but... Oof. Oof, look how close that was. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we can definitely finish this round, and ending it with very little health doesn't matter. It's kind of redone each time, so that will be fine. We'll get our Devious, and it will all be A-okay. Alright, so even against someone who's good against us, even against a nice opponent, a friendly opponent, we got our Devious victory. Gives Agatha a bit more grit, a bit more speech power, and lots of stuff here, just more points. Alright, so we go towards the challenge. Enter the cave. The door shuts behind you. The crew walks in on a cold mist until you encounter a massive closed gate. You hear a clunky, mysterious voice. What are the most important elements for life? I don't know. Give us the key. Wrong. You get one more chance to answer the remaining 100 questions correctly. Who wrote The Art of War? Well, alright. Agatha is definitely going to do this. She's the only one with above 50% chance. So here's hoping. Alright, looks like we got it. Perfect. Yay, Cave of the Crane completed. It takes you about an hour, but Agatha managed to find all the correct answers to the 100 questions. The voice is impressed. Very well, you were a know-it-all. You may proceed. The gate opens, bonus study. There it is, the Shambhala Key of Mind you've been looking for. It sits waiting for you to take it. And, yeah, so we not only get 150 renown for this, but also a lot more renown in general, as well as an insight, but that doesn't really add a whole lot to us at this point. So yeah, we were at 120, or 2120, that we jumped up 500 points because we have those 7 points and those things I mentioned. So already we've beaten the game, we just gotta finish this out and survive it. So let's hope for the best, right? Gonna continue exploring. We can go up here, or there's something odd, or down here, which wouldn't take us up this direction anyway. So of course we're gonna head this way north. We'll go a bit farther just in case, because we do want to try and get up here and cut this episode in two. So a giant trap springs below the crew. You could fit a whole gorilla in here. We're just gonna freeze. I don't want to lose resolve on something like this. We don't need any of this stuff, so I see very little reason to risk it here. So it springs up around. It was definitely the safe thing to do, but now you're stuck in a cage. The only way out is to sabotage it. Well, I would much rather lose a supply here and try and sabotage than the resolve from before. So I'll be totally okay with a 70% chance to do this. And that sucks. We knew there's a chance, but now we can try again with a 96% chance, and we will definitely get that done. So, using a clever lever, frees the crew from the trap. This trap wasn't meant for us. The trap was meant to catch something that's definitely not a Yeti. Definitely not. Not a Yeti. Well, if this Rivaloo is a Yeti, then definitely not. Or else, maybe. I don't care. All that is sure, this trap is not for a Yeti. So the trap is for a Yeti. No, Yetis definitely do not exist. I've definitely never seen a Yeti in my life. Okay, you're right. There's absolutely no Yeti. I don't even know what the word means. Let's beguile her. You're a beautiful person, not like the Yeti, if there was such a thing. Say I am looking for a Yeti. Where should I definitely not look for one? Of all the places there isn't a Yeti, there's definitely most definitely not a Yeti here. That would be stupid. Okay, we'll get more study tokens, and we know down there is a Yeti. But okay, that's kind of a alright time. Okay, So we get supplies from a nature challenge, and that would get us closer. Or conversely, we could come down here where there's more supplies guaranteed. And we will need supplies coming up. This can be 2, which puts us at 4 if we can get any more than 4. So that's going to put us in a rough spot. We'll need... So just by looking, it's a bit hard to tell, but we need 2, 3, 4 to do that. And so we need to get at least maybe 2 more by coming down here. Where's it up here? 1. This could be 2 or 1. 1. Let's go for this because a beguiler, a quick thinker we have. And we do want more supplies than just the 1 this would give us. Oh, well. That's not fantastic. Could reward us with survival techniques. Alright, Agatha, do your best. I'm not hopeful on this. But hey, alright, it worked out. That is beautiful. Keep strong, you deserve the wisdom, gain some extra supplies, and Agatha gains enough experience to be level 5, which is very good for us. Though in hindsight, that was actually not great. I assumed stupidly that that would actually take us where it's supposed to go, and it didn't. So that was a very bad movement on my part. But hey, she's level 5, so we can either get parenting, gains extra speech on Agatha's Terrify, 50% speech, or plus 10 speech while the current attitude is devious. We use Terrify often enough that I do want this to be increased. So we're gonna go with that. Unlock. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay. Well, with this kind of silly mistake, I'm going to probably call the episode here. I am fully anticipating finishing up the series entirely next time. We've not done great, lost the resolve already. We're down to fairly low supplies. We'll hopefully get enough out of here to make it worthwhile. We might even just have to come up and do this encounter. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, with that, I will see you all next time. Game on.